Hey everyone, welcome back to another day, another fixation with RJ. So today's episode is really special because it's all about Mother's Day, and my mom loves her bags, especially Louis Vuitton. But let's be real, guys, it's freaking expensive. So I decided that I would make something just as special. And what is that? A realistic Louis Vuitton bag cake. So I was thinking to myself while having this thought that I wanted to give something to my mom that it's not just stylish, but also sweet and edible. Something I could create myself that shows my love for her and how special she is. That's crazy. Like, this is the most ambitious, idea that I've ever had. Like, I am not a baker, guys. Like, I've made cookies, but not decorative ones. Like, I've made simple chocolate chip cookies. And so this is gonna be exciting. This idea started when I got fixated in making a realistic bag that's as real as possible. So I got into this rabbit hole of learning how to make a cake, learning how to, the bases, how to make it look realistic, the art and the painting, and finding edible paint and how to cover the cake, all these things. I was on TikTok, Pinterest, YouTube, looking at all of the videos on how to create a realistic cake. So in this video, I will take you through the process of me trying to figure out how to accomplish this ambitious plan of mine. And so you'll come with me, get some ingredients, learn how to bake this cake, and learn how to shape the cake into the bag. Trust me, it's going to be chaotic and messy, but in the end, it'll come together, hopefully. I'll also share my experience on baking and the creativity side of it, and how at times it can feel a little bit overwhelming and also overstimulating at times, especially in a crunch time that I have. But we'll push through it together. Alright, so let's get to baking. Alright, so what do we need? Alright guys, for the sake of time, I just got some pre-made cake mix. Call it cheating if you want, but yeah. You're gonna need a lot of buttercream to cover that cake. You're gonna need some icing sugar. You're gonna need some fondant, which we will use for making the bag. And then more fondant, just because you are gonna be covering a massive amount of cake. Well, at least I am today. You don't have to make it that big, or as big as what I'm gonna make. Anyways, you're gonna need some cornstarch and then some some edible gold paint, which took me so long to find, which I found on Michael's, and also these cake decorating tools. But anyways, yeah, I might have bought too much, so yeah, might have been impulsive. Alright guys, so we are baking here in my actual home. Like, this is actually my home in my own kitchen, and so this is where we will be baking. And it's not actually a set. It's my actual home. Okay, that was for all Selena Gomez and the Hailey Bieber copying her reference. So if you didn't get that, then sorry about it.
This is my real home. Everything that we're doing is at home.
Yes, we actually are in my real kitchen, in my real house.
Alright, let's get started. Alright guys, so I have all of the ingredients here in front of me, and I don't want to overcomplicate this, and I shrunk down all of the tasks I needed to do. It can get a little bit overwhelming when we're creating a cake, especially a realistic cake like this, because there's so many steps to do. There's so many steps to follow. And so I wanted to break it down with the help of AI, thank goodness, with the generation we live in. But yes, with the help of AI, I was able to break down all the tasks I needed to do. And so right now we are just going to be focusing on baking the cake itself. That's it. just baking. Again, I wanted to use just like a pre-made cake batter or mix, just because of the lack of time. Tomorrow is Mother's Day, and I have absolutely no time to like find out how to really make a or bake a cake in scratch. And so we're gonna cheat a little bit, but hey, I gotta do what I gotta do, guys. It's still baking. And use this premix. One box is good to make a 13 by 9 pan of cake. And so all I really need is one box of this cake mix, pre-made cake mix, 1 cup of water. It'll be 1/3 of a cup of canola oil, because I don't have vegetable oil, and so this is fine to use. And then per batch of cake that we're gonna make, we need 3 eggs. And so let's get to doing that. But first, before making this, let's preheat our oven. 325 Fahrenheit for a non-stick pan. And so let's do that right now. Okay, so let's preheat this oven. Alright, I'm gonna be honest, guys. So I read the box wrong during the time I was filming this, and I set it for 350, which is wrong. Don't do it for 350. It's for 325 Fahrenheit, okay? So yes. So now that we're finished that, let's get back to preparing our cake. Okay, let's mix all of these ingredients together and start baking. Alright guys, sorry for the bummer news, but my mic during the middle of filming this shut off, and I didn't even realize that it became low battery, and so there was no audio, and so I guess we're just gonna have to do some voiceovers and calming music. But anyways, look at the satisfying like cake mix. I don't even know what to call this, but it's pretty satisfying. And it was my favorite part of the video. To be honest, filming that just is pleasing to my eyes. Anyway, so we finished doing that, and I did it for the 3 or 4 cake pans that I have here. And I'm just gonna put that in the oven. Also, don't preheat your oven until like you're almost done, just because this was sitting there for like 20 minutes while I was trying to preheat this oven. And so yeah, not a good idea. So the oven was really hot, so please make sure to be safe and do it better than me and follow instructions, because I can't seem to do anything right. Alright guys, now that we've done that, I realize I've made some mess, and when I'm fixated at times, like I said in my past videos, I tend to forget the things around me, and I realize that since I've been so focused, I've made such a mess in the kitchen. And so let's get to cleaning. So here's a hyperlapse of me cleaning. I don't want to stress out the mom, because we know that it is Mother's Day and we should be making her happy, not making her stressed. So here you go, mom. Don't worry, I'm cleaning so that when you get home, you're not gonna be mad. Happy Mother's Day. Yeah, again, it's therapeutic. And so while I'm waiting, guys, I also was just prepping myself on how to make this cake. And so my friend came over and did some painting while I did some crocheting. And so while I was doing that, I was just watching this person and how they were putting the fondant on the cake, just so that I have some knowledge and idea on how to actually do this when I do it myself. Alright, so after waiting for some time, the cakes have finally finished baking, and so I actually kind of overcooked them. Again, do it for 325, not 350, and follow the steps. I also did a check just to see if they're cooked. I'm gonna wrap it up, leave it in the fridge to cool off so it's nice and hard. So if you're wondering why I am wrapping this up and surrounding up and putting it in the fridge to cool down, it's for the purpose of the cake being hard enough to be able to stack on top of each other, because if you don't, it's gonna just crumble. It's 12:39 right now, and how else 12:39 a.m. and how else is an ADHD person have to function when it comes to 12 a.m. So, you know what happens when we have fixation? We get right to doing business right in the evening, because that's when our brain is most alive for some reason. This is where I feel the most productive. All right, so I have prepared all of the 4 layers of cake that we have. We've frozen it a little bit in the fridge for some hours, and now we're back. And so I'm gonna take each 4 of the layered cake and kind of shape it up to how we want it to be, because it's looking a little bit rough right now. And so we're gonna make the surface flat so that we can layer these cakes on top of each other. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, guys, that I have already set aside the buttercream because it acts as the glue for these cakes when we layer it. It's just a nice way to glue them together and keep them compact. Again, I'm not a baker, so I don't really know how these things work. But anyway, so yes, this is what I'm doing, is that I'm just trying to cut the cake as flat as I can so that we can start layering these cakes. Oh my gosh, I did so bad already. It's okay. Can you tell I'm not a baker? We already cut to the bottom! Oh my gosh. Again, my sister is oh my god.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really.
Okay, it's fine. It's okay. It's okay. This is our first try. Just a thin layer at the top. It should just be a thin layer at the top. Okay. We are just gonna, yeah. Okay, this is gonna be our middle portion, because ain't no way is this gonna be our base, because guys, it's gonna literally crumple on. Maybe we'll make this into cake pops after and you know, have a little nice treat. Well, let's pretend that did not happen. It's okay, because once we cover it, it's fine. Hopefully. Okay. You know what? That's good enough. That is as good as it's gonna have to get for the first try. That's chaotic. So I might be doing this completely wrong for those that are bakers. Let's keep this a foundation. I think it's fine if we keep it the foundation. Kate is freaking stupid. if I take it off, it's gonna get crumbled. Like, it's gonna crumble, you know? So it's fine. Okay. Okay. So now, no wait. Yeah, let's do this. So we're gonna cover the top, a layer of this buttercream. This is not going well. Okay, you know what? Respect to bakers, because gosh dang, I thought this was gonna be easier than I thought it was gonna be. But we're learning. Okay, let's just... Okay.
1 hour later.
Alright, so we are still covering this after 10 years. I swear, this is... It's okay. It's testing our patience. Okay, it's testing our patience. If we're not gonna give up on this new hobby of ours and we're just gonna keep going, or are we gonna throw it out because if this pisses me off, we're gonna stop. No, I'm kidding. We're gonna keep going. But I don't know why the cake is like, maybe it's not good enough yet. Maybe like I had to wait till tomorrow to like do this, but I don't know why it's not like, it's kind of crumbling apart for me here. Am I putting too much? I don't really know. This is called buttercream, so it acts like the glue to the layers that we're putting on, but right now it's acting up right now. It ain't acting how I want it to act. But I think that's not bad. It'll have to do because, bruh. Oh my, it's breaking. Okay, maybe I'll put the cake upside down. Okay. This is not what was supposed to happen. Like, this is, no. No! Okay, well, frick. So we're gonna flatten that a little bit. Oh my gosh, this is just going terribly wrong. Okay, second layer. We are gonna put of the buttercream. And let's try to cover these cracks. Just like the imperfections, you know, we're gonna... Okay. It's okay. You know what, when we put the fondant on this, it's gonna be good. It's gonna cover literally everything I do not want to see. Okay, you see this? Okay. It's kind of like dipping down. I don't like that. I don't like it's dipping down because once we get to the top, bruh, like, we're gonna redeem ourselves. Because ain't no way are we failing. This is not a fail. This is not a fail, this is a learning experience. And so, in the videos, this looked easy enough. In all like the videos that I was watching, like the tutorials and stuff, how to make like these cakes, I was like, okay, it looks easy enough. Now I'm like, why is it so hard?
Alright guys, I'm overstimulated to be honest. Alright, my face is melting, the cake is melting, the cream is melting just because the room is hot and we want to keep that as cold as possible. So that's what I did wrong and that's why it's droopy like that.
It's not high enough. It's not high enough. And so I might be using this cake, I don't know, to just make shift the cake. But right now I'm just cutting the sides to how we want it. Maybe gotta cut it like this. This is not looking like a bag. You know, it's okay. I think it has to be thinner. Yo, I feel like I have a time crunch and I'm in like those Food Network baking shows because I feel the heat. Okay, this is so chaotic. This is not how I imagined this to be. Imagine this a little bit more organized. Okay. Shut it off. Right, so I have the cake, but it's not really the shape I want it to because this is what it's looking like. It's like thinner at the top. It's ticking me off. Just kidding. Okay, I think I have an idea. So you gotta make it like into a curve. The trick is we gotta take it nice and slow. Maybe I gotta make it like thinner, this bag. Okay. Can I make the cake a little bit thinner? Oh my gosh. Yo, this cake is crumbling like rounder edges. Okay. You know what? I think it just as good as it's gonna get. Hey, it's pretty good. What do you think? Like it's getting like on the camera it looks good. Alright guys, so we have the fondant here. I have put the cake aside for now because I'm sick of it. Oh shoot, we're supposed to cover it.
That's what I said.
I forgot. Okay, Ate, you go in the back and work on this. Please be careful. Huh? Okay, so my sister is gonna be taking care of this cake and putting the layer of the buttercream so that when we put the fondant on top, the fondant has a way to stick onto it. So let me be careful with this. Oh, this is gonna go. Whoa. Ooh. It's like clay. Alright, so when you get your fondant, you're gonna see the texture that it's like clay a little bit. And so what I was told to do is that break it into small sections, kind of like roll it up, and then together you'll knead it. Because it's gonna be hard to kind of like, yeah, get this all soft. Well, I'm just gonna cut this into little portions. Right now we have half. Make another half of this one. And maybe another half of this one. We will put this for now inside the bag because when it's left like out in the open, it can become hard. And so we want to preserve this. So let's put that in the bag right now, contained. Close it for now and leave it off to the side. So we'll work with these four pieces first. So right now it is like It's not too bad. It's actually quite soft, but the warmth of your hand is kind of what's making it a little bit more malleable. Okay? And so that's getting good. Okay, that's good. Let's work with this one. I didn't go to the gym today, so this is really kind of a good workout for our arms and I don't know, forearms maybe. Once I feel like it's good, I'm gonna put the food coloring, the brown food coloring that I have, and mix it with it. I don't know how much food coloring I need. Let me look at the reference photo of my bag. Okay guys, so I have made it so it's somewhat soft. I'm gonna add the brown dye, food dye. And you want to make sure you're using gloves for this because this is gonna stain your hand, so you don't want to have a stained hand. So I'm just gonna mix all this up and then I will see you guys at the end. While I'm eating this, my sister over there is trying to fix up my horrible mess, and so credits to her too. Honestly, if she wasn't here, I'd be literally crying right now and having a total mental breakdown. So thank you to the sissy. Alright, let's get back to kneading. Alright guys, so this cake is just destroyed. It's literally ruined. It literally broke while we are trying to knead the fondant, and so you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna try to save this cake. We're gonna do it. And so
it's just the buttercream is
it's just not
too warm.
It's too warm. And so we're gonna let this freeze overnight. Hopefully it'll be good by tomorrow. Hopefully. Okay, alright. Well, part 2 tomorrow. Stay tuned. Alright guys, baking a cake is not a joke. Or at least being ambitious like this is like not a joke. And so we're gonna try to figure out this cake and how we're gonna save it. Meanwhile, let's try it if it's good. Oh, it's really soft.
Too much sugar. I mean, too much.
Oh, it's really soft.
It's too much.
Oh,
too much liquid.
Really sweet. Ooh.
Cream.
Oof. All right. Part 2 tomorrow. Part 2, guys, because this is...
I will...
Yeah, guys, because look at this. This is just... This is...
I think it's too much wet ingredients.
Time is it right now? 2:35. Oh my gosh.
Part 2.
Part 2 it is. Alright, well, so for time's sake, this video is getting a little too long, and so I thought I would make a part 2 to making the cake. I know in this episode, I brought you guys along with me in making this cake, and usually in all the videos I show you guys, I show the success and that gratification that I get when creating something. But I also want it to be real that at times when I'm creating, it's not always a success. This, for instance, making this cake is something that's very new for me. This was something very out of my expertise, and not at all like something that I do often. Like, this is one of those rare times. And for someone that has ADHD, I've told you guys many times that I am someone who constantly looks forward to that instant gratification, but I'm also trying to better myself and not always wanting that because it isn't good at times. And so I'm trying to practice in giving myself some grace that at times when we're creating, it doesn't really go as planned, and that's okay. And so this one is just one of those days where we wanted to create something and we still did, and we should still be proud, but it's not a perfect world and we're not perfect, and it happens. We didn't fail, but we did learn something. We learned many things. We learned that making a cake isn't actually as easy as we thought it would be. So respect to bakers out there, because dang, I get it. I honestly get it. I felt like I was in one of those like Food Network baking cake competitions where I was given only a certain amount of time to make this cake, and I was really pressured. And so I feel like I've gained a lot more respect for people who are in this industry of baking and in the food industry. I don't know much about it, but respect, and for people who have talent in this, because it's a lot of work, and I understand why. At times cakes can be expensive, and because a lot of people put a lot of effort and time and hours and a lot of their creativity into something like this. And what's even cooler is that you can eat it and appreciate it. And I've really learned that with myself. And so I've really enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong, even though it was a little disappointing for me that I wasn't able to finish this in one day. Like what came into my mind that I could do that? I don't know. I get ambitious. And so I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back, at least for trying or not quitting. I also learned to be patient with myself. You know what? It's something that we've never done before. It's out of our comfort zone. But hey, I'm proud because we did something that's out of our comfort zone. And that's what matters. This is what this channel is all about, is to just inspire myself, keep myself accountable in actually pursuing something that I've never done before, but also inspiring you guys to go and create as well. Just do it. I know it's hard. Like I said, it's easier said than done to just, I'm gonna go do this, I'm gonna do that. But getting started is hard. But once you have and past that hard part of starting, get yourself into that stamina and into the zone. And so take it slow. Hopefully you're not in a rush like I am in this chaotic situation. But I hope it's better for you guys. And I hope this has inspired you all to go create. And so do it. And I want to see your creations. Instagram is down below, and feel free to DM me or send me an email of all your creations, because I would love to see it. And so again, for the sake of time, this video is getting long, and so I will make a part 2 to this video, and I gotta take a little break from now for making this cake. It's been stressful. But I'll catch you on the next episode. And will we finish the cake? Yes, we will. I'll tell you that right now. We will finish the cake. And if you feel compelled to do so and you resonated with anything that you saw in this chaotic video, then share it with your friends, like, subscribe, you know what to do. But for now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode of Another Day, Another Fixation with RJ.